back. I just had to do
Guys,
something quickly.
guys. Listen, it is hot as hell. I am sweating. The only person who's sweating tonight is Maurizio Sarri. His job. I'm saying this on the line, but in reality, by the time he gets home today, he needs to get the email from the board of Juventus to say, you are done. You are finished. You are out. No trophies is saving him. He went to Chelsea and brought his boring-ass football. Hadn't won a trophy in his whole career. Nicked the Europa League. Nicked third place. Goes to Juve. Stat padding for more trophies in a league that they have won 8 years in a row. And he scraped home only because Inter and Lazio bottled it after lockdown. Absolutely bottled it. And now they've gone out to Lyon. How do you go out to Lyon? That is embarrassing. You lose the first leg at home. That was embarrassing already. But away from home. But to come home and not go through. Listen, I've heard some people talk about Solskjaer being a freestyle footballer. He's a freestyle football. I mean, he literally pass, and to let players do the rest. Ronaldo do the rest. That's literally it. Ronaldo win me the game. Yeah, he's awful. He's awful. Listen, I'm here with some guys, man, and we need to talk about what happened today because listen, I expected Real Madrid to go out, and they did go out, but that was an embarrassing. They got battered in that second half. And I know we can say, yeah, especially in the Premier League, we'll say, oh yeah, Man City can do that to you. But this is a Champions League. This is Real Madrid. That ain't supposed to happen. That's it. 2-1, flat them. They were lucky to only lose that game 2-1. Listen, I'm not too happy with what I've seen today. I'm not going to lie. Credit to Man City, credit to Lyon. I'm going to come to Tom first. What did you make of the game? Which game were you watching? What did you make of the game?
Well, I was watching the Juventus-Lyon game, actually. I went for a bit of an over-ambitious score. I thought, Juventus were going to wipe the floor with them. Got a massive reality check really with them. They're never there, Maybe I should make predictions in the future, but wow, just I completely get where you're coming from. With Maurizio Sarri, I just don't get his brand of football and his style of football really. Napoli wanted him out in the end. Chelsea fans wanted him out in the end. And I think Juventus fans, in the end of it all, are going to want him out. Just embarrassing, really. Even the first game that they played shocking when they played Lyon. Yeah, and I know Lyon's they've got good players, but Lyon such as Depay and that. But come on, like you said, it's basically Ronaldo go and win me the game. They're playing off of individuals really, and like you said in the league, it was just a case of other teams bottled it. Otherwise Juventus wouldn't have won it. It was that close at the top. Yeah, they've won it in 8 years. In I don't know how many years consecutively.
Well, 9 years.
Juventus, it needs to be more. Yeah, exactly. So, they're wanting to win the Champions League. The league's not their main focus now. It's the Champions League. That's what every club wants to win. PSG want to win it. Juventus haven't won it in I don't know how many years. That's what it's all about, really, for these top teams in Europe is win the Champions League. And, I completely agree with what you say. I think, there needs to be some sort of phone call, probably gone in text message, email, however Sarri can communicate via a fax machine or something.
You don't even deserve a phone call. Just send him one text, say bye. That's it. Or what they say?
Pack your bags.
They say
Pack your bags.
I think he got lucky anyway. If there was no COVID, they would have definitely lost that time.
They would have lost the league. If there was no COVID,
they would have lost
I predicted that that Lazio will catch them because Lazio were on a steamroller before lockdown, and then after that they absolutely fell apart. Like Inter should, if everything happened, if everything continued, Inter wouldn't even finish second. That's how good Lazio were going. I'm gonna come to Ramsey. What game were you watching?
City. City. On a masterclass. Really outclass the 3-time Champions League winning Zinedine Zidane at the Bernabeu and at the Etihad over 2 games, wiped clean, 4 goals to 2 on aggregate, and that's Real Madrid getting off lightly. Rafael Varane and who's it, Militao?
Yeah.
They got run ragged. Raheem, Jay Even James scored today. Unbelievable. Gabriel James scored today, and they got run ragged. I mean, Bernardo came on, and he was there for like 10 minutes, and he was wrapping rings around them. Casemiro was sloppy. I thought going forward they weren't too bad, but I mean they weren't great. I'm not saying they're great. I mean, but they had a couple of chances that on another night maybe could have gone a certain way, but the other way, like it should have been. If I'm giving them preps for going forward, in City, I've got to give it all the preps to City because they absolutely destroyed them. Absolutely destroyed them, and the 2 goals came from 2 poor mistakes from Varane. And Varane has let you down. And let me go back. Let's just scroll back. That was a great point, Hala Madrid, because when we did our team of the year, remember Neeks? We did our team of the year. I think it was me and Carl. And we did like a world team of the year during lockdown, and we didn't put Varane in there. I don't know if anyone voted for Varane.
No, we put Ramos. We put Ramos in.
Yeah, we put Ramos in, and there was the vote. I think someone voted for Laporte. And then Koulibaly. No one voted for Varane, and I just got bare people on Twitter and the usual comment. Varane should be in there. He's carried Real Madrid all this season. He's been our best player. If he's been your best player, then boy, what is your team been doing this season? Because he's been around rugged, and like this is what I've been saying. And I know you man discussed. We were talking about it the other day. Varane without Ramos just looks another person, like he's not the same guy.
We're talking about on the dugout. No doubt Have Hope is going to be going absolutely in on his stream right now.
He's already inducted him. You should see him.
Well, he was saying that basically Varane isn't elite, and he basically only looks good because he's got Ramos and because he's got Umtiti in France. Now, I was saying for me, he's underachieved what we expected when Jose first put him in the team, but I don't think he's a top 5 centre back in the world. But the reality is, when we think about it, okay, he made those 2 mistakes today, massive mistakes and massive mistakes. But people have been cussing, Maguire all season. People are making compilations of Koulibaly. There's, the only one, and even then you can still make a compilation, but the only one who's really without fault is Van Dijk. Everyone else, I mean, to be fair, Ramos is right up there. Laporte's been injured all season, so I guess he hasn't had a chance to make any mistakes. But
I guess that's why there's the world class and then the elite, because the world class don't make mistakes like that on a regular basis. Like I said, you won't see that from Van Dijk at all. Like Ramos rarely will make that mistake. Now and again, it'll be a bit, but it's a rare thing for him to do. And if he does that, then he'll probably come back and bang in a penalty or score a head in the other end because he's that kind of guy. Koulibaly, unlikely to make that on a regular basis as well. That's why I think those 3 are sort of like kind of head and shoulders above, because they just don't do that. Like, it's so rare to see them do that. But for Varane, for 90 minutes, that looked like it could have happened so many other times. And I think, but I do feel like because Ramos is such a big person, Ramos was probably the most talkative person out there. I could hear Ramos through my TV. That's how loud he whistled. All them whistles you heard were Ramos. He was on the sideline just telling man what to do from where he is. Like, and I feel like without him next to him, not that he's not a good player anyway, but just that person just to control him.
Take something away, definitely against a City attack who were buzzing all night from minute 1. They were just pressing non-stop, and they seem to lack leadership in that whole defensive line. When you think about it, Courtois is an experienced keeper, but he's not a leader. He's not Casillas. Militao and Varane are neither leaders. The left back Mendy, it's not Marcelo. The only one in that defense you would say who's a proper old head is Carvajal. And Raheem Sterling had him on toast. Had him on toast. Like, it was so bad. Before I come to you, Byron, my name's not Leaks. I only take them. And I'm not giving Jesus an apology. And I'll tell you why I'm not giving Jesus an apology. Very good finish. Good closing, good anticipation. He pressed Varane for the original goal and got the assist for that. And he anticipated the error there and got the goal. Very good finish from an angle. But my issue with Jesus, and he's yet to prove me, can he replace Aguero? That's the level we're talking about. Now, I'm not talking about a 1 game here or 1 game there. Aguero has Man City's best player for years in terms of leading them to title, scoring goals, leading them to different cup competitions. Jesus comes in the group stage in the Champions League and stat pads, in the what do you call it, the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup and stat pads, and I'm yet to see him lead Man City. Now, until he does that, I'm not giving him no credit, because when the push came to shove and he had to lead Brazil in the World Cup, he couldn't do it. He got shafted out to the right-hand side, and he was doing a good job out there because he can run and he can press, he can harry. But I need a gunman up top. And if Man City are to continue after Aguero's gone, Jesus for me is not that guy. So I would apologize when Jesus can prove. If Jesus wins this Champions League for Man City without Aguero, I will make an official apology on this channel. I might even do it live, but I might do it pre-recorded because I don't know. I might get some hate in the comments, but he has to prove it to me. That's my thing. Javern, what game were you watching?
I was the Juve game. That had to be that game.
What do you think of it?
Boy, I thought Juve were gonna win that, but it just goes to show that Sarri is a passenger. I'm not sure who's managing that team. It's Ronaldo, Sarri, who is it? Because it's like Sarri just picked. I don't know what Sarri's obsession is with Higuain. I don't know. I cannot understand. But that is his own. That is his problem. Man brought him to Chelsea. Problems. Now Juve problems. He I don't know. He's just hanging on to this old Higuain that did him the madness when he was at Napoli. I don't know. I don't know. But
but we knew from Chelsea, Higuain has his nudes. That's it. That's the only logical explanation why the guy keeps starting these. This is not 2006, 2007 Higuain. We are in 2020. The guy can barely run.
I don't know, man. I don't know for Sarri. Like, I gave him a chance at Chelsea. It all started falling apart come mid-season. He went to Juve. Luckily, got that job over there. Just walked into that job. Got another trophy to his name. Luckily, if there was no.
As a Chelsea fan, you must be able to tell me what is Sarri. Because that's all I heard from Chelsea fans last season. You know, Sarri ball, Jorginho.
His Sarri ball got found out. It done wonders for him at Napoli. It was there for a bit at Chelsea, and then I think it just got found out because he's not an elite manager. He's not an elite manager. So what happened is, obviously, he came to the Premier League, and like I was saying yesterday in the dugout, it's gone from me now. The stats, the data analysis is there, and the Premier League, these teams are gonna be on that, so they probably sussed it out. Like it's just a poor man's passing Pep. Poor man's Pep. That's all it is. He's trying to copy Pep, and that's what it is. And Sarri's finished. Pupil. It worked for a while, but it's just one of those things. It just is there for a little bit, and it's not easy to play that kind of football anymore. Anyway, that possession based, trying to find things.
You got that.
It's not possible anymore.
That team is old. They ain't got Leon were running all game, and Juve, you could see they were just holding out for individual moments. And speaking of individual moments, I asked Tom, obviously, as a Man United fan, you know what the guy can do. But Byron goes, what type of goal goes out at the round of 16? Obviously, talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. Could Ronaldo have done any more? That's why. Is this a slight on him? Does he have to really question why did I leave Real Madrid? Because I mean, both teams look worse, or he looks worse at Juve, and Real Madrid look worse without him. Tom.
Yeah, I think it's a problem. Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah. I think the problem, obviously, is, but when you look at it, Real Madrid, they went and won 3 Champions Leagues, but at the end, when it came to the Liverpool final, when you look at that team, I think every player was nearly over the age of 28. That was actually playing in their first team. It was a very aging squad, and I think it's that squad that, from dominating Europe for 3 years, had taken its toll, should we say, because the team had been together for a while, and, some of the players are still there from all these years. Modric is still there, obviously Ramos. These players are aging, and I've spoke about, we a lot of teams need to start buying, a good few younger players. We look at, say, Bayern Munich. The prime example, they've brought in some young players, Gnabry over the last couple of years. Sane's been brought in, he's still young. They're bringing in younger players. This is what I mean. And it's the same with Juventus. Juventus need to look at it from a situation of, right, we need to look at his team, we need to look at the average age of his team, and we need to buy younger players. It's as simple as that. And, in terms of obviously what we've just said about Ronaldo and everything, if he's questioning, why did I join Juventus and everything, I think really it was, he tried to jump ship to go to Juventus, and it's backfired. Really, I think even if he would have stayed at Real,
wrong managers that he went at the wrong time.
Yeah,
I think that's all it is.
Yeah, like say if it went, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, prior to it and everything, under Allegri got Juventus firing. Got some Champions League final against Real Madrid. Bashing it out in the Italian league. Nobody was even cutting corners to getting even close to Juventus, and I think due to, them obviously wanting to move on from Allegri, due to the fact that he didn't win the Champions League in his whole time there, I think that's the main reason. I wouldn't have personally sacked Allegri. I like Allegri as a manager. I think he knows Juventus, he knows Italian football. We obviously said about Sarri with Napoli. Napoli's brand of football suited Sarri, that kind of possession-based football. It didn't work out at Chelsea for him, and it's not working out at Juventus because obviously Juventus have been used to playing such as Allegri's football. It's different styles of football. And this is what I mean. It does take time for players to learn and everything, but it's not really gonna. It doesn't look good now. Let's face it.
Does he get another season for you? Does he get another season?
For me. Let's be honest. What's he really done? He's won the Italian league, which is like minimum requirements at Juventus. Minimum requirements.
It's a given. It's a given. If you don't win it, you have to win the Champions League to back it up. Like winning the Serie A.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But Juventus aren't. Juventus don't want to win league title. Yeah, they want to win the league, obviously, but I think they prefer maybe not winning the Italian league one year to go and win the Champions League. I think they prefer that. Because that's something that they want to win. But, I just don't know about this manager. For me, I think, Sarri, out the door, and I'd go and get Allegri back, to be honest with you. I'd go and get Allegri back.
Go and get Conte back. Take him back. Beg Conte back.
Conte might be on his way out from Inter.
Actually, there's a bit of dispute going on at the top of the border between Conte and Inter. So if he's available, I mean, I think they should. I think they
plead for him back.
Sarri has to go for me. Ramsey, what are you saying? Sorry, because that's awful. Man.
Make him stay. Make him stay. Make him stay. Let him sit there and make that team rot. That's their decision. They trusted in him. They wanted the Sarri ball, and that's what they got. Isn't it? They literally got what they asked for. They got Sarri ball. That's Sarri ball. That is Sarri ball. That is literally. He plays the same way with Chelsea. Same way here. He sticks to his own way. I know Dybala was injured today, but the style of football is the same. With all those players that he's got, all those players that he keeps bringing in, you think bringing in Artur from Barcelona is going to make any difference? They're still going to play no matter what players they have. With him in charge, they're going to play the same way. And you know what? I'm here for it. That's what they wanted. They want to sack Allegri. They want to sack Conte. They want to bring in these men to try and win in the league. I hope they don't. I hope Conte turns them down and Allegri turn them down. All of them. Go to Gattuso and them, man. There. Go to get them because boy.
Eddie Howe or somebody.
Yeah, go for them.
They might even go for Poch.
Javon, Poch? Is Poch an option? Javon.
I mean, I think Poch is an option.
Good option.
But I mean, they may not win any trophies, so they may not win any league, but they might play good football. They might
but the thing is, yeah.
Hold on. First of all, so one thing I got to say, we've got to give credit to Leon. We actually got to give respect on Leon's name. 7th place in the Uber Eats League. So I know it finished after 28 games, but they came 7th, 6 places below the clear out best team in the league, and they've beaten comfortably Juve at home, and then away done the job on them. Cash. It wasn't even a penalty kick for Juve really either, so could have been even. And I think the manager tactically done a job on them. I think they got like 8 yellow cards, the most in the Champions League, match ever. And they just cut everything. Every turn around which you try to go, they just cut them down. They just broke down the play, and Juve were the clear favourites in this.
Clear favourites.
So you know they should have done that. They should have got through. So you have to respect Leon.
I think Poch will win. No, I was gonna say I think what it is, Poch didn't win a trophy at Tottenham because there's this whole thing at Tottenham where there's like some taboo where they can't win anything. If Poch comes here, he will win a trophy for sure. But boy, it's a tough one. Conte or Poch, either one.
Yeah, I think Poch is a good option, you know. But like I've just said, I think that would fire. You know, Poch likes young players and everything, and he'd obviously buy a lot younger players at Juventus. So it might work out for him, you know. So
Poch will have no say whatsoever there, and I don't think he's gonna like it. He'll be like, I want this man. No, you can't have him. Yeah, have this man, and he's gonna. I don't think Poch will like it there very much. I think he likes to be in a bit of control. But you know, maybe that's the way coaching goes sometimes, and sometimes you got to adjust to the times because everyone's kind of going that way now. But I don't know.
Sorry, from Shane to the Sarri ball only works with a deep lying playmaker, which they don't have. I don't want to hear it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to hear it, and I respect the comment, but I'm tired of it because at Chelsea he had that deep lying playmaker. And we all cussed him.
That's why he's in for Jorginho again, isn't it?
So if you're a good enough manager, and he said, I was having a debate on Twitter today about Sir Alex Ferguson and all that kind of stuff. If you're a good enough manager, you get the best out of the players at your disposal. You don't. And obviously, there's some managers like Pep, for example. He goes into a team. He goes, "This is the way I'm playing," and I'm not going to change. It's the players that have to change. So unless Sarri is going to go out and get 10 new players like Man City pretty much got under Pep Guardiola, he has to change. Either he has to change his football to suit the players at his disposal, or they have to change the manager who can get the best out of the players. Because I can't see them going out and getting 6-7 players. They're already getting rid of Pjanic, who can play maybe not a deep line, but a playmaker role from deep, I guess. I don't know. But I think I just think that if you need a specific player or else everything falls apart, then you're not good enough. You're not good enough. So, and we're talking about elite. We're talking about a team that's going for, who's won 8, before we got there, 8 Serie A's in a row, going for a Champions League title. I'm not talking about a team that's trying to qualify for top 4 or a team that's, you know, fighting to win the league. This is a team who's already at the top of their domestic, and they need to go one step further. Sarri's not the person for that. He hasn't proved that he can be that guy. Win the Europa League with Chelsea did not prove that for me. Because even that win, if you saw those Europa League matches, they were lucky to get through. The Eintracht Frankfurt game, the semi-final, they were lucky to get through. And then he ended up playing Arsenal in the final. Like, I mean, Arsenal's barely a European superpower. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not sold on that. I'm not the Juventus board. But if they're trying to win the Champions League next year, Sarri's not the guy. If they're talking about 5-6 years down the line, cool, keep him, re-energize your team, get some new players in, and see where you can go from there. We've got to talk about Man City and Real Madrid. But actually, before we talk about Man City, we'll talk about Real Madrid and Zidane. Now, I'm going to come to Javon first because we were speaking maybe a week or so ago about at what point do we start putting respect on Zidane's name? Because he won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. He's now won 2 La Ligas. Obviously, knocked out now in the last 16. How much blame do you put on him for this loss, or is it a case of the players are just not good enough?
I think the Real Madrid players are burnt out. Like Ronaldo,
he had a 3-month rest.
When I say burnt out, as in they're just done out. Like Ronaldo was literally. You can see that Ronaldo ticked that team. Okay, yeah, some people are standing up, like Benzema starting to move a bit better. You know, so other players have to pitch in, but maybe they're just not good enough. They might not be good enough because they've now all stepped up their game and they've won the the La Liga, but they're not good enough as it shows. And I think they just need some players. Everyone thought Hazard was the answer, but he is not. He is not.
Hazard, Tom. I mean,
And I keep saying that. I said the guy is he's just about like world class is here. Like world class is here, and Hazard is literally just flirting with it to get onto world class. But I'm a Chelsea fan, and I've been saying this. No one's seen it. Now he's gone to Real Madrid, and it's there. Maybe he needed to, and maybe he needed this first season. Maybe he'll be better next season. But
feel like this.
if he doesn't get back,
They would have been better with a goal in Gareth Bale than they were with Hazard today, because he made a few good in the first half, but he just disappeared in the second half. I mean, to be fair, Real Madrid were out of the game in the second half, but he was non-existent. He was absolutely non-existent. Tom, what do you make of Hazard? Is that a good move for him, or is it just a case of he needs a couple? I mean, is it injuries that really ruined it? Do you rate him? Do you rate Hazard?
Well, I'll say this. I rated him when he were at I can't get my words out. When he were at Chelsea, I rated him. You know, I think he's played under a lot of managers that maybe haven't had the best style that suited him. You know, Sarri's style didn't suit him. You know, Mourinho's styles didn't suit him that well. You know, so he's played under managers that maybe haven't suited him. But you know, when he went to Real Madrid and plays this attacking style football that's brought them so much success and everything. You know, you might have thought, oh, well, this is a manager that can get the best out of this player, you know. And I think I think it really falls down to the player, really. You know, I think I'm just trying not to react to the comment.
I couldn't help it.
But we Hazard, you know, I liked him when he was at Chelsea, because I think I always renowned the Premier League as being the toughest league in the world, you know. And when you know what he were doing in the Premier League, absolutely exceptional. You know, dribble past like 5 players and puts the ball in the back of the net. You know, you don't see that happen every week and everything. But I think it is a case of, you know, you might need a year to settle into a league, and you know, then it's a case of you can bounce on from there. Really, you know, you need to settle with how your new team plays. You know, new faces you're playing with, and you know, a new style of like league. You know, the tempo of the league. You know, the Premier League like this fast rotating like league, and like we say, the Serie A league's a bit more slower pace, and say the Spanish league's really intense and really energetic. So I think it's just a case of he's just trying to get used to and trying to like fit into like Spanish football, really. But I think next season he'll probably kick on a lot better, and we'll see a lot better of the performances from Hazard, really.
Ramsey, I mean, this is the dance ball.
He's had an injury hit season, to be fair to him. He's not really had a good run of games, although he's been quite good since lockdown, to be fair, from what I've seen there. And I think we'll probably
Zidane or Hazard?
Hazard. He's been quite good since the restart. I don't blame Zidane.
It's just a better team. He's just a better team, even though they finished 100 points behind Liverpool in their league.
I think they they didn't create enough, and it felt like they needed a bit more from midfield rather than them as well. I felt like Modric and Kroos didn't have the best game either. And looks like when I looked at those 3 players, especially with KDB doing what he was doing on the other side, it just looked like there was a complete lack of creativity from them as well, which maybe something Real Madrid have to look at going forward. And then the thing is with Real Madrid, in terms of their attacking players, they can't complain. With Asensio, Isco, Bale obviously refusing to play, which even though Bale's refusing to play, that's down to Zidane as well, because Zidane's told him he's not playing, throughout the season. So he's refusing to play because Zidane's not picking him. You know what I mean? So
big up Benzema, innit? Benzema's done a lot this season. He's the main reason, along with Ramos,
100%.
why they are La Liga winners. And La Liga is important for Real Madrid because obviously Champions League is the most important generally, and it is for Real Madrid. But when you win 3 in a row, and at the same time, Barca just slapping you left, right, and centre at home, you feel like, you know what, we need to assert some dominance. So if you at the beginning of the season, if you offered most Real Madrid fans La Liga or Champions League, I think they might have taken La Liga because they hadn't won it for a good number of years, and they did their job there. But I just think the Champions League and the two performances at home and away has exposed, if you didn't know already, where their frailties are. And as good as Benzema's done, Bale is, if not their best, but at least their second best attacker. So he would have made a massive difference in this game.
I don't know what it is. Bale's done so much.
The whole season.
Is it because he's injured? Is it because he gets injured?
It's the whole season. Zidane don't want to play him. He wants
they're trying to get rid of him last January?
Yeah, they tried to farm him off to China.
Yeah, to fight to China. He nearly went, actually, but in the end, it didn't go through.
Zidane you don't want to play him. Like, the whole season, Rodrigo, Vinicius,
I don't know why, though. Why?
Mariano, Isco, Asensio, Jovic, all of them man are ahead of him. All of them, and that's like 8 man.
I think what it is, Javan, Zidane wants to get rid of him. So maybe he feels that the wages that he's on, his commitment to the team, the transfer fee that maybe they can get, he can use that to kind of rebuild the team. If you liken it to, say, it's not the same, but an Ozil, in the sense that he is, or was anyway, Arsenal's talisman. He's not anymore, of course, that's Aubameyang. But he was Arsenal's talisman on the massive wages. But the reality is his time is up. So you can say, oh, well, you know, if we had played Ozil, we might have finished in the top 6, blah, blah, blah. Arteta's trying to get rid and trying to rebuild. And if it means you have to sit one of your best players on the bench, then so be it. I think that's what Zidane's doing. He's like, I'm trying to get rid of him, and I'm going to just make do without him, even at the cost of a few results here or there.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Shame.
Pep Guardiola. I mean, he could have asked for an easier quarterfinal. And I know you say respect Lyon for what they did, but if Man City don't beat Lyon, you have to have a serious conversation about Pep Guardiola in the Champions League, because he won the 2 Champions League with Barcelona. Cool. 2009 was so lucky. Should never have got past Chelsea in that semi-final, but cool, he did it. 2011, arguably the greatest club side of all time. Cool. Then he went to treble winners, Bayern Munich, didn't even get to a final, let alone win another trophy in the 2 years that he was... win another Champions League. I think he was there for 2 years. He's been at Man City, spent a hell of a load of money, and he's lost to Liverpool, he's lost to Monaco, and he's lost to Tottenham in the Champions League at the same time while winning back-to-back Premier Leagues, 198 points. Semi-finals is there for him. And, I mean, from there, it's like, it's fair game after that. It's fair game. We don't know what's going to happen with the whole Barca, Napoli. I mean, we know what's going to happen with Bayern, Chelsea. But then, of course, it's going to be Bayern versus either Napoli or Barcelona. Pep Guardiola could not ask for a better quarterfinal draw than Lyon. Is this Man City's year, Tom?
Oh, well, obviously I don't really want to think about that, really. You know, I don't think me and you really want to think about that. But you know, respect to you know, Pep Guardiola with what he's done, the trophies that he has won. You know, like you've just said about that with Barcelona. You know, I think as a manager, he has his fair share of luck, really, where he's, you know, scraped a result here there, like you said about the Chelsea and everything. Probably shouldn't have got away with that, really. But you know, I just think it's. I don't know. It's got just a weird feeling about it. You know, last season it had a weird feeling about it where you know, the 2 amazing comebacks by Tottenham and Liverpool that got both of them to a final. You know, nobody expected that to happen. You know, and I don't know with this City team, because it's the thing that they've wanted to win. They've splashed all this money, and yeah, they've wanted to win the league and stuff. They've retained the league over a 2-year period. That's a massive achievement to retain the league. It's very hard to do that. So I think they've broadened the horizons. Have said, look, we're just going to go and have a, you know, we need to go and have a smash it, trying to win the one trophy that's eluded us for all these years and everything that we've never won, and that's the Champions League. a manager like Pep Guardiola was brought in to win the Champions League and the Premier League. No doubt for that. You know, he's not going to come here and win chuffing FA Cups. Let's be real. He's come here to win the big trophies. You know, and the money that they've spent, if he doesn't deliver it, maybe not this year, maybe next year. You know, if he doesn't deliver it, I think there's questions over. I think he'd probably jump ship. To be honest with you, you know, I just don't. I don't think Leon, like we've said, you know, I wouldn't underestimate him. You know, they played Manchester City in the Champions League this season. You know, at their place. I know it's going to be held in Portugal, obviously, but you know, they're putting a good performance against Man City in both games that they played them in the group stages. So I won't put it past Leon to possibly maybe cause a little bit of an upset. You know, some of their attackers, should we say, maybe not so much defenders, but attackers can cause that Manchester City back line some problems, you know, and it's a case of, I think it's who gets it right on the night, really, tactics. You know, will Pep get it right or will Leon get it right? That's the main thing for me.
I hope Leon go through in there because I can't take.
But I think if they do get, I'm going to be honest, I think if they do get past Leon, as hard as it is for me to admit it, I would probably say it's on the wall for either them or Bayern Munich for me.
Yeah, because
I don't really like saying it, but
I expect them to get past Leon, but I do expect Bayern Munich to meet them in the semi-finals. Now, Bayern would have to get past possibly Barcelona. If Barca beat Bayern, Man City are going to the final. Barca ain't beating Man City. I can't see it happening. Their team ain't good.
Barca ain't beating Bayern.
I don't think they would. I don't think they would beat Bayern. But I'm saying if they did, I think that's where it ends. I think Man City will beat them. But for me, I hope Bayern go through its semis and meet Man City there and do the job. But yeah, so a little way to go before that. Javern, is it name on the trophy for Pep? Has the drawer opened up? Boy,
that Juve going out, it couldn't have been more handed on a plate for them. It's not that I don't rate Bayern, Barca. They're good teams, but I think Man City just has the edge over those teams. I think that for a fact, Man City has an edge. They're a good team. Pep's a good manager when he's ready, and I see them going to the final.
Man City when he's ready. Oh, Jerome. Listen, man. Pep's just beaten the three-time Champions League winners. Zidane ain't lost the game, you know. Zidane has not lost a knockout game. He hasn't not lost. This is the full season Zidane's been in Champions League.
It's not the same Real Madrid.
It's not. But you beat who's in front of you, innit? You beat who's in front
exactly.
of you.
And he beat the rubbish Real Madrid team, so you can't really say 3 times.
That's cool. That's fine. That's fine. But it's Real Madrid, isn't it? And they're out. Real Madrid are out.
Yes, they are.
He can't beat Juventus, who were one of the favourites, as Neeks predicted. But they're out, knocked out, dumped out by Leon. So he can't beat them. He cannot beat Ronaldo. Now, he can't beat Ronaldo, but they're out. So they've got to beat them.
He has to
which
beat
is Leon. Yeah.
And then
the reality is that he's 3 games away. He's 3 games away from a Champions League.
So they beat Leon. Then who do they play next?
Listen. Before let's forget who they play next. They got to beat Leon, innit? One game at a time.
I just want to know the potential steps. So it's Leon, then it's
Barca, Napoli, Bayern, Chelsea.
Okay.
And then maybe a PSG, Atletico in the final, maybe.
Atalanta.
Cool.
Atalanta. It could be anyone. Who knows, isn't it? Who knows?
I just wanted to know a possible.
And listen. As I said, we're in a 1-game knockout, innit? So right at this stage, exactly. So once the Barca and Bayern matches are finished, it's down to 1 game now. So that's what I've said. They're 3 wins away from a Champions League, and
boy,
this sits into Pep's hand even more because they've struggled over 2 legs. You know, against Spurs, they struggled to just get a grip and get a hold of those kind of games. Monaco
manage the game to know when to attack, when to defend.
Yeah, and away goals and stuff like that, killing them. Yeah, but I I think City in the one-off game, as they've showed in the domestic league, in the domestic cups in England, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, they can wipe team on a one-off game, but they can also fall to a, I don't know, like a Mikel Arteta or like that can happen to them. So listen, if Leon come with a low block and hold them out, boy, you know what I'm saying? Like Leon might have to switch up their game and hold them out. But
if Leon do that, then my live stream is called Pet Out. That's it. That's what I'm saying. he got no excuse. But it's
none.
Champions League. It's Champions League. I tell you who's gonna be most happy tonight. Atletico Madrid. They've never been a team with Cristiano Ronaldo in the side, or the team that they were playing with Cristiano Ronaldo. They've never beaten that. Now that the Juve's out, if they get to the final, there's no chance of there being a Juve there. So this might actually give them a good opportunity of winning this. And the other side of the door is interesting. It's PSG versus Atalanta. That's no foregone conclusion, but Atalanta scoring goals for fun. Then you got Atletico versus Leipzig, but that's a Timo Werner less Leipzig on that side. And then possibly PSG versus Atletico in the semi-final. So it's an interesting Champions League, definitely interesting Champions League. Okay, right as now, who would you say are favourites for the Champions League? Just give me one team, no if, no buts, no. Who right now are the favourites for the Champions League? Javern first.
City.
Ramsey.
Who are the favourites?
Yeah.
It's got to be Man City.
Tom.
Tuchel is injured. What?
I don't know. Like heads and tails between City and Bayern.
That's
I
not
don't
one.
know.
That's not one name. I just don't want. That's one team.
Bayern. Go on, Bayern.
It's definitely not going to be Barcelona. I'll tell you that right now. Get that out. Get that out of your head right now. Man City versus PSG final. Money. The oil-rich final. The what do you call? I don't know.
I think that would be a fantastic final. The two teams that won it the most in the final. Would be an amazing game.
The oil derby. That's what.
And one of them's got to
The
lose
oil
it.
derby.
Listen,
That
if-
would
Boy,
PSG
I forget that
that would
PSG are still in it, you know.
I would back PSG.
Mm,
I would back PSG.
I forgot they're still in it.
Because Man City's defense ain't nothing special at all. I would back PSG if Mbappe is fit. I think he would be fit if they were to reach the final anyway.
I don't think PSG defense is great. I don't think PSG defense is great either.
I don't think
Yeah.
he is. And Aguero might be back.
Girl might be back.
That's a
But
big-
It just
listen,
feels like the
with
Champions
Aguero-
League hasn't started.
Aguero might be back and still not play. You don't
Yeah.
know who's going to play that game, boy.
Man started with Phil Foden as false nine or whatever it was.
Well, I would have thought Eric Garcia would have played today, but we heard this week that Eric Garcia don't want to play for Man City anymore. Apparently,
Yeah,
well,
he's off on his
he want to be
back.
at the club.
He wants to go to Barca. Listen,
Yeah, he wants to go
Right.
to Barca.
I thought that he was gonna be like, sign your contract, Man City, long term, solidify that centre back because Stones is trash, Otamendi's trash. Fernandinho's been playing at centre back and he's no spring chicken. He's not centre back either. I know they weren't bought Nathan Ake, but the thing is, he's left footed. I can't see them playing a two-man centre back partnership of Ake and Laporte. I can't see that.
We're
Two
gonna buy
right-
another one.
Two right footers can play together. We've seen that throughout the years. But two left footers, I don't think so because left-footed players are generally very left-footed. They don't really use their right foot. Obviously, there can be some exceptions. But I just thought Garcia say, you know what, let me just slot in here, win some titles with Man City and earn my money. But Man City wants to go to Barca. Is that where he came from, Barca?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He came as a
Wants to
young
go home.
player from Barca, and then he left the academy, and then City picked him up.
He wants-
Question here. I'm not answering it. You better answer that. Can Chelsea make a comeback?
Yes,
Oh my
we're
God.
gonna make a comeback. We're gonna make a comeback.
Oh, is it gonna be a Liverpool again? Liverpool 3-0 down.
We're gonna win 4-3
You know what? If
Bayern's
you
not gonna know what hit them.
if you want to come back, Lampard should win Barclays Premier League Manager of the Year. I know it's nothing to do with the Premier League, but just if you do that, it's Manager of the Year.
We ain't
You know-
coming back from that.
Well,
We've got no Pulisic, no Willian, no. Oh,
You didn't hear Muller? They
It's
said they
going
want
downhill,
to
man.
show you from the start that there's no hope. That there is no hope for a comeback.
there is no hope.
From minute one,
I was just
they're gonna
bouncing.
lick
There
goals.
is-
They're gonna lick goals. They're treating it as 0-0. They're treating it as 0-0.
I think they might be trying to go for another 10-1 thing, you know. They might. We can warm up for the semis.
Need it.
That's fine. Why can't the one game start now? Like, we'll just move on. Move on. Let Bayern
What, you
play
want,
whoever they
the
need to
old
play.
result to be cancelled?
The game is done already, so they said let's introduce this one game. We've played our one game. Move. We don't need to play them again. There's no hope.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I want a massacre. I want to sit down and enjoy an absolute battering. I don't care who's playing. Look, as a matter of fact, I want you to play all your kids just to make the scoreline. I don't care about no excuses. I want to see Gilmore. I want to see who's that young centre back? I can't remember his name now.
Tomori, maybe.
Tomori. Who's the other one? There's I can't remember his name.
I don't understand. HH said that we're gonna get to the 7th. We got Bayern. That was the worst possible.
Listen, you know when I don't know if he was trying to cover up his anger, but when the draw got made, he was I think he was live on the draw on YouTube, and he's like Bayern. He's like, yes, just the team I wanted. And I'm looking at him like, I'm sure I can see fear in your eyes because nobody wanted Bayern.
Yeah, he was like,
why would you want Bayern?
Nah, that's crazy. For me, I think Bayern are favourites. In the bookies, especially over here, yeah, Man City will be favourites because they're English team. They're gonna obviously they're
gonna be the only English team left.
Exactly. So the bookies have to cover themselves as well for that. But I'm going. I think for me, Bayern are the favourites. I think they've got the best team from back to front. Man City are strong going forward, but defensively they're weak. I don't think that's the same for Bayern Munich.
They don't have any injury concerns around as well. Like obviously we're talking about Mbappe with PSG and stuff.
Yeah, and Lewandowski's firing. Gnabry's on form. Kimmich is on form. They've got a good.
Can hope that they're off form now.
I think the only.
I could hope that they're off form now.
I mean,
they won the league. You know, them sat down.
Well, this is
self-isolating from the second wave.
If you just close the game like a little pre-season thing, try and get back some energy in the legs and hopefully do away with Barca in the next round and then meet Man City full on. That's what I'm hoping for in it because I can't take Liverpool winning I can't take Liverpool win the Premier League and Man City win the Champions League in the same season.
I mean, it was reversed like last season.
Yeah, last season. But the thing is with that, Man City had won a Premier League before in 2012, so I kind of accepted, you know, they've got a good team. They're going to win the Premier League at some point. Liverpool have won many Champions Leagues, even in my lifetime. 2005, they won it. Got to finals in 2007. So, Champions League, Liverpool, do your thing, cool. But don't be doing this switchover thing where now you lot are coming for Premier Leagues, Man City coming for Champions Leagues, and Man United just sitting in third, just watching. No, can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. So, I need everything.
To you, to me.
Yeah, none of that. I'm just watching the things go back up. No. Everyone settle down, relax, stay in your lane. Man United, we're building. We're trying to get Sancho. Keep the seat hot.
don't even talk about that, man.
Listen, Penandes is coming. Call him what you want. And if we get Sancho, there's going to be more Penandes. There's going to be more penalties, left, right, and centre, more tears. That's what I'm saying. So, call it what you want. Call it what you want.
I don't understand how people call him that. The guy.
I love it. Penandes. I love it.
It makes no sense. Manchester United without him was a they were all over the place.
If he wasn't banging,
he's the key.
He wouldn't be making up names. So
he was the key for this team. How could people not see that? I don't get it. I don't get it. I guess it's just to cover up the I wish I had him. That's probably it. So they're just trying to make it feel better by saying, oh yeah, Penando.
Would you take him at Chelsea?
Yes.
Whoa! What, you'd bump Mason Mount out? You'd bump,
I'm not
you know,
Mason.
Kai
I
Havertz out if you get him.
No, but we wouldn't be signing Kai Havertz if we signed Fernandes.
No, but which would you sooner have, Fernandes or Kai Havertz?
Who would I sign? I've
Who would you
seen
sooner have?
Fernandes, so I haven't seen Havertz. I've seen Fernandes, so I'll have to say Fernandes because from what I've seen.
Okay.
In all honesty, I know we are rebuilding, but I need to see that we're signing a defender. I cannot go for
You're
another
signing all these
season.
attackers.
I cannot for another season see what I've seen this season. I just one defender, just one. Stop worrying about getting this Kai Havertz deal over the line. Just get us a defender.
You banned a lot of attackers.
No, I will not take.
You need
Sarri
some
back.
defenders.
I just seen Varane's come out and he said that this defeat is all mine. Yeah, I'm sorry for all my teammates and I'm sad about it, but I've got it wrong and we're out. It's all me.
Right.
Come on, it's come with David Luiz. Not the first time that's happened.
But to be honest, but the thing is, it's not all him. I mean, he made the mistakes, cool, but Man City just dominated them. They dominated them, especially the second half. They were all over them. Like Real Madrid could barely string two passes together. So yeah, he made the crucial errors that led to the defeat. But I mean, if it wasn't going to be him, it would have been Militao. It would have been Carvajal. It would have been someone else in it. So it's good for him to come out, cool, whatever in it. But the team ain't good enough. Yeah. But yeah,
and Pep's come out saying that
at the moment
he got some decisions wrong as well in terms of how they play. So that's Pep for you.
But yet he's not toxic. But
Pep's gonna play this down, isn't it? He's gonna play this down. He got some decisions wrong today, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Struggling over there. That internet is struggling.
Have you seen the image that's just stuck on it?
It's just stuck on there. It's struggling.
Did he lick half his Wi-Fi?
Who will be a better signing,
trending.
Havertz or Sancho? Oh,
Who would be a better signing?
yeah, Havertz or Sancho.
That's actually a tough one. When I've seen Havertz play, he looks so sick. He actually looks so sick. And Sancho, we obviously already know how good he is. He would be the better signing. I'm gonna say Sancho for now, because I feel like he's already sort of there. But yeah, it won't surprise me to see Havertz do the mad thing, because he's got that in his locker.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
I'm back. Bricknet. Listen, I don't know.
He's struggling, man.
It's been this when I was on the dugout the other day. This was happening. Right? That's why I was late to the dugout. Well, actually, I was sleeping at first, but that's why I was even later, because I don't know if you've got internet. I don't go completely off topic, but I don't know if you've got the internet. You've got a router. When you get, there's two things you can connect to. One that says 5G and one that doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have that.
Oh yeah.
My 5G one has just disappeared like in the last couple of days, and it came back today, and then as the match started, it just disappeared and it's gone. So I don't know what. So now I've only got the non 5G one, which moves a bit. It's not as quick. It's not as sharp in it. So I was even contemplating not even coming live. I was like, I don't know how this is gonna hold up. So right now I'm actually tethering off my phone. Luckily I got 100. I got like 100 gig in it, so it's nothing. And, yeah, so that's not.
I have to restart that.
I restarted already. I'll do it again tomorrow. I have to make sure I see that. Get a clear viewing of Chelsea's battering. I don't want no interruptions and anything like that. I'm not happy. I'm not happy about it right now.
Oh man!
Actually, before we go, I want to quickly. We got Tom here, Man United fan. Do you think Solskjaer was robbed not being nominated for manager of the year, or do you think it was fair? And the top four, so you got Klopp, Wilder, Rodgers, and Lampard. Do you think that was the correct four for the nomination for manager of the year?
Oh, well, it's just took social media, and a lot of Man United fans are always been robbed.
You can't ask that question to United fan. Of course, they're going to say they're robbed.
No. But Lampard, this is the Premier League. Ollie finished third, Lampard finished fourth, and they finished by a clear point. So it's not like we did it on goal difference or any rubbish like that. And neither of the managers won a trophy. So you know, Chelsea aren't gonna win the Champions League. Man United can still go and win the Europa League. So it might still be more of a successful season for Ole. I don't get how Brendan Rodgers is in the conversation, to be honest with you. You know, man, really? After lockdown.
Yep.
You know,
exactly.
quite clear. He
has to.
It,
he has to be taken
Leicester
out
bottled it. I don't even get why he's there. Chris Wilder, I can understand because of took Sheffield United for the Championship.
Start of the season, did you expect Rodgers to be fine for top four?
No, I might maybe creeping towards Europa League.
You were thinking Wolves, Everton going to be battling for 7th and 8th. Man was in the top. I know
I thought it. I'm going to say that. I thought that Brendan.
WhatsApp messages. I'm gonna check the WhatsApp messages.
You can check the WhatsApp messages. I'm not sure if we spoke about it, but the way how Leicester moved when they signed him, I said, you know what, this Leicester team are going to be a good team. I didn't know where they will come. I thought, okay, yeah, they're going to be definitely challenging for Europe. They might even push up into the top 6 or whatever you want to, whoever it is, top 6, top 4. I don't know. But I expect that because he's done it with Liverpool. He's done it with, was he at Celtic? Was he at Celtic?
Oh, it was Celtic.
Celtic. Okay, what do you mean bottled it? Come on.
No, he didn't.
No.
He didn't bottle it, but he
after lockdown.
He's definitely a good man. He's definitely a good manager.
So there's no doubt about that.
So I expect something from that Leicester team, and it's not like they had a bad team. They had a decent team. I wouldn't say it's the best, but they had a decent team. So,
Javan,
you have to expect that, man. You have to.
Javan.
He's not in there. He's not.
Right.
He bottled it.
Javan, can I just ask you to do something for me this season? When we ask for your Premier League predictions, I'm going to need to see your 1-6 and your relegation, because every year you come out with, I knew it, I thought, I did. And at the start of the season, I can't predict. I'm not sure, maybe. And then nothing comes out. And then at the end of the season, I thought. No, this season, you're going to be the first one to tell me your 1-6 and your relegation candidates. And I'm not having maybe them, maybe not. I'm having getting them down, because you get away with this every year. I thought, you know what? I would have said it. So I thought, no, none of that this time. None of that. I'm not hearing that.
That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. But we had the discussion, and I did say that I'm afraid that Lampard's gonna come in and we're gonna end up finishing like 8th or something.
But you're the ultimate pessimist anyway, so
no. But So this is why. Look, this is
you always
okay.
think
Look,
you flop. You always think
no. Stop. This is different. Lampard, there's no data to go on. Like, all I know is that this is his second year. We don't know what's gonna happen. It's a massive wild card, and I said this from the get-go. Like, I've never been more certain, and I was wrong. He came in the top 4, so I have to. That's the reason why why I gave him that place where I gave him on the manager of the season, because when you compare him to Oli, okay, we're looking at, you look at Oli, you look at his Man United team. He had the transfer window. He's been in management for a little bit longer than Lampard.
Oh.
Yes, hold on, not finished. Yes, I would say I'm leaning that he did get robbed. He should definitely be on that list. I don't know what Rodgers is on that list, but I can understand why Lampard is on that list. I can't understand why they wouldn't put Oli on there, because he has brought Man United up to thirds. And
right.
So I don't know why he's not on there. They did have a very rocky start. but I don't understand why he's not on there. But for me, I know I can understand why they put Lampard on there. Everyone wrote off Chelsea. No one expected him to finish in top 4. No one expected Lampard to be. I think everyone probably thought Chelsea would be like 8th or something because no experience. Who's Lampard? What credentials does he have? Like, it's
That'll
all
be
unknowns.
How many
I
people?
think-
All unknowns.
I think, so like for me at the start of the season, I didn't expect Leicester to get anywhere near football, like maybe a challenge for a Europa place, but even then, with the top 6, how they were at the start of the season, I remember we talked about it, and we talked about, is there going to be a side to break in? Carl's the only one that said Wolves will break into the top 6. I didn't think anyone were good enough to, including Leicester and Wolves. And so for me, for them to be one place away from Champions League football and to only lose it on the last day, regardless of how it happened, they've overachieved for me from the start of the season. And for them, maybe it was an ambition, but I don't think it was necessarily a realistic goal to say you should get European football. For me, looking at Chelsea and Man United, I think their aim was to get into the Champions League. That would be their aim. Man United and Chelsea start season, they're bored.
Yeah, definitely their aim wasn't their expectation, but it was definitely their aim.
Yeah. For them, it's an aim, and I think with Tottenham and Arsenal, all 4 of those teams would aim to get Champions League. Obviously, not all 4 can, but that would have been an aim for all 4. But Man United and Chelsea, people wouldn't have maybe expected to. So they've maybe overachieved in some people's eyes, and other people would have. You know what I mean? I think it was close. I think Arsenal, Spurs, Man United and Chelsea, people had them all over the place. It was close, isn't it? Whereas I think Leicester have come out of nowhere, and even I guess in the end, obviously Wolves have missed out on Europe. So that's what I can understand why Nuno wasn't there in the end. But they had a good push right towards the end. And again, I don't think many people have expected them to get into Europe anyway as well. So for me, it could have been, Oli or Lampard at a flip of a coin. But for me, you have to have Klopp, Wilder, and Brendan Rodgers. Like for me, you have to.
I agree. I think Rodgers' spot for me makes sense because like if you're gonna have Lampard, and I'm not saying Lampard shouldn't be in the top 4. For me, he shouldn't be top 3, but I'm not saying he shouldn't be top 4. If you're gonna have Lampard, or if you were to say switch out Lampard and put Solskjaer in there, cool. But for whatever reason we're gonna give for Solskjaer and Lampard, I think Rodgers has that and then some, because with everything being said, Man United squad and Chelsea squad at the beginning of the season for me were better than Leicester squad. Now, of course,
you got to look at managers.
But then you're penalising a manager for being good, in the sense that if Pep Guardiola took, let's say he was managing Sheffield, for example, and he got them. Oh no, let's not say Sheffield. No, maybe Sheffield. Let's say Sheffield, and he got them to where Wilder did. Are we not going to credit him for doing that with a weak side? Or are you going to say, well, it's Pep Guardiola, I expect him to actually get into the Champions League? No, because you can only work with the tools that you're given. There's no right or wrong, but I'm just saying for me, Rodgers had less tools than Lampard and Scholes, Lampard and
Rodgers had more years to craft it than Lampard.
So then that's why I would give him it's like for example, if Cristiano Ronaldo scores 50 goals in a season and Mason Greenwood scores 30, Cristiano Ronaldo for me still had the best season and he should still win the Ballon d'Or.
Understand.
Just because he's been doing it longer, I can't take that away from him. It doesn't mean Mason Greenwood ain't been good or exceed expectation, but Lampard had the better season Ronaldo had a better season with the tools available, i.e. the ball at his feet. So for me, Rodgers should be in there because he's proved that he's a better manager than Solskjaer and Lampard because he's got lesser tools to do it. Yes, he's had 10 years, 15 years to hone that. And so maybe you might say a rookie of the season, breakthrough season, shock of the season, Lampard or Solskjaer.
I would say he's a better manager than both of them.
Oh, yeah, as I'm saying. And I think that's what we should award it on. But that's just me. I don't think Lampard shouldn't be in the top 4. But I personally wouldn't have him in the top 3. And I don't think I've been robbed either. I think he could have been either or as the 4th place. And I don't think anyone can really make a strong argument against.
Best of a bad bunch.
You could even say you can even say Leicester are right where they should be. They finished fifth, right?
They finished fifth.
Yeah.
But should they? No, they shouldn't be there.
But
Ahead
they
of
should.
Arsenal.
Not above Arsenal and Spurs. Not above
No,
Arsenal
okay,
and Spurs.
I hear
And
that.
Wolves.
I hear that. I hear that. But
No, they
after,
should be above
okay,
Wolves.
after the top six, after the
At the
top
start of
six,
the season, I wouldn't have that. How they
I'm
had
not
them.
saying we expected it, but when you look at it with their players and the manager and the money they spend, and
They're right.
as well. But if they finish behind Wolves, Brendan Rodgers ain't made his expectation. That's what I think. I think his expectation would have been you must be the best of the rest. He's exceeded that because he's best of some of the best in terms of Arsenal. And but look, so go on, Jim.
That's the point that I'm making. Maybe Leicester are where they should be, because if you think about the top six, and then after the top six is everyone else. Brendan Rodgers is right there. Carl was right. They broke into it. And they took fifth.
Yeah, but from where they were before, which was what, ninth?
Yeah, but that's on Brendan Rodgers though. That's Brendan Rodgers has brought them back to where they should be. I think.
Well, but no, I don't
outside of the top
think you could say that they should be there because they haven't been there on a regular basis. They were there once when they won the league in Europe and haven't been back there. So I don't think it's like they're right to be there.
I hear you, but
they're there now on merit because of how well they've played.
Yeah, but I hear that. But when you look at it outside the top six, the better teams out of them is Leicester, Everton, and Wolves. Everyone else is under those three. So technically, you can say they are where they should be, and they broke into the top six by finishing fifth. So you could say that they're thereabouts. If they don't finish seventh and they finish sixth or fifth, that's thereabouts where they should be. Is Tottenham really a good team? Did we just start putting them in there because they were starting to play well under Poch?
No, we put Spurs in there because Spurs were a guaranteed Champions League team. They've been there for what, 4 years? They were.
But this is
consecutive.
That's what I'm trying to say.
They were 90 minutes away from winning the Champions League.
Arsenal's in the top six, but they've been faltering around.
I had Arsenal fourth. I was.
But this is the thing right now. Is there actually a top six?
I was like Pepe.
We ain't got to think about it. Is there actually a top six? Is it now back to a top four? Like,
I don't. I think it's too early to say that because Jose's
way too early.
No. That's what I'm saying. It's just questions because
I think there is. I think you have
unless
to look.
Arsenal start to turn it around, they have been on a decline. So are we going to
They
go
have.
to a top
They have,
five?
but they're still in Europe.
But they're still winning.
They haven't fallen out of Europe, right? So Arsenal have been in Europa League for. Is this going into their fourth year? They're going into their fourth year. Yeah. So they've not fallen. So and Spurs have not, because they've not fallen out of Europe. I still think we've got a big six essentially. Last year we had Wolves we had Wolves in Europa League. This year we've got Leicester in Europa League. So there may be one or two that might jump in and join. But until Leicester and Wolves can consistently prove that they are European teams, finishing in the top six, I don't know, for the next 2-3 years, then I don't think we can categorically say that they are.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm just saying. It's just all questions. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Outside of the top six, you have Leicester, Wolves, and Everton should be there, but it's questionable. But it's Leicester and Wolves. They're the better teams outside of there. So if they break into that fifth place, I believe that's thereabouts. That's where they are. And sometimes they'll break into it, sometimes they'll be out of it. So for me personally, they are where they're supposed to be until they get really bad.
I've just seen that tweet as well, man.
We're going to wrap this up just now. Juventus president Andrea Agnelli. Cristiano Ronaldo to PSG. He's going to stay with us. I'm sure he'll play for Juventus also, but on next season. So next season, basically. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him going PSG, and I don't mean the guy is obviously just wants to conquer Europe, isn't he? He's trying to do not a B-Tech because he's done it with the Champions League, but Zlatan Part 2, where Zlatan just goes to all the different clubs in all different leagues in Europe. Comes to England. I know that he didn't win it, but it comes to England. Goes to Syria. He obviously did it in the Eredivisie. La Liga, Ligue 1. Then he went to the MLS. So Ronaldo's coming to the end of his career. He got 2 Serie A titles. As we were saying earlier, it's like, can he see winning a Champions League with Juve in the next couple of years? It looks like they might need a bit of a rebuild if they're going to keep Sarri there. I think maybe one more year at Juve. If they don't win the Champions League, I can see him off to PSG, and maybe that might be the time when Mbappe moves on to La Liga, possibly Real Madrid or something like that. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, he's
Come
got
to England.
who,
Come to
Ronaldo?
England, man. Nah, Mbappe, man.
Yeah, I guess we could do
Forget
with
Spain, man. Forget
Sancho on
Spain.
the right, Rashford on the left, Martial and Mbappe up front. Greenwood behind.
Mate, we're not even wanting to pay €100 million for Sancho. How are we going to buy him?
Give it another year, man. Give it another year. We just save up the coppers. We can maybe, let's see. If we go 4-1-5, that means we just have Matic holding. Get like 100.
Oh god, man. We're going to get absolutely run out in midfield.
We sell Bruno and Pogba, and we're good. We're good.
Mate, we're gonna concede a lot of goals playing like that then.
Listen,
If he was to come
Matic's
England,
legs are
I
going to be
think
gone
he
after
will go
like 25
Liverpool.
minutes.
Liverpool couldn't afford him.
But they
Liverpool
couldn't
can't
afford
afford
him.
him, no.
I think the team where he would slot in nicely. Obviously, he could slot into any of them nicely. But obviously, I wouldn't say
Man City.
Man City, him on the right, Sterling on the left.
Get rid of Mahrez in the swap deal or something.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. It could
No,
fit
forget
in.
him on the right. Just put him up top. Aguero replacement done.
Jesus,
That's the
It's true, you
replacement.
know.
Put him up front.
That's it. That is it. The Aguero replacement for you.
because if Liverpool were to get him, Liverpool would have to get rid of either Salah or Mane, if not both, because he's going to cost 200 million. He's going to cost 200 million. So Salah are not young, so they're going to get. I think if you were to sell Salah or Mane, let's say next summer, 120 maybe. Could you get another 2-3 years out?
In this COVID market, I don't know.
Yes, I'm saying 120. But yeah, I mean, Sanchez going for 120, but he's obviously 20 years old. He's got like 10 years of a solid career left in him. 100 million Salah Mane, that's 200 million. You get Mbappe, Origi, and Harvey Elliott.
I can't. I cannot.
Oh, guys, listen, it's been good, man. It's been good. Actually, there's a couple of questions in here. Well, actually, one from Afterlink Skills says, Terry says Sterling is better than Hazard. I agree with him. Right now, who are you taking, Sterling or Hazard?
Sterling.
Yeah, I gotta go Raheem right now.
Yeah, Sterling. Shane says, who will be a better signing, Havertz or Sancho? Well, if either of them come.
Well, yeah, we answered this one. This is when your internet disappeared.
Oh, that one when I bricked up.
Yeah. we said Sancho because we.
Yeah, I think like Havertz is actually sick. When I watched him for Leverkusen, even the other day in the Europa League, when he wasn't even trying, he was just licking shots off the bar. He's just playing for fun, man. I think he just enjoys being that number 10, just floating around and doing what he wants. Obviously, at Chelsea, there's a responsibility. He steps up now, and he'll now be surrounded by players.
Or anything.
Yeah, and he'll be surrounded by players in his class who there may not be a guaranteed start every week. He's now going to have to fight for his place. That's when I think the pressure will be on. I think Sancho, we know what we're going to get with him. We know his quality. We kind of know. If anything, there's a pressure on him because there's an expectation to deliver. But I feel like he'll slot in very well. I think Havertz it'll be interesting to see how he fits in with Lampard. I mean, the way Lampard goes, I mean, Mason might start ahead of him. I don't know.
And transfer window barely started, but I mean, the new season's starting very, very soon. So all these teams better get a move on if they're going to make these big transfers. The guys, that's it. That's it from us for the Champions League review. We're not going to do one tomorrow. Maybe might do one if anything exciting happens, like Chelsea lose 10-0 or something like that.
We'll be at Kyle, so
yeah,
we can't do it. We'll be at Kyle, so we can't go live. Sorry.
So we can't. We all bang out. I'm bringing my laptop. I'm bringing the camera, and we all do it.
You know how his internet is? It won't work.
No, oh, it's true. I was like, I'm tethering. Let me charge my phone right now. Make sure I got 100%
That
ready.
Wi-Fi there, that signal is not good to you, but
Oh, where there's a will, there's a way. If we only get 5 minutes out, we're getting 5 minutes. Keep the guys people what they want. And so tomorrow we'll see. We'll do something because I guess Kyle being a Barca fan, he might have some words to say on that. And look and see if we can cook on the barbecue or not. But yeah, guys, it's been good. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share the video, and we will see you